What's up, Kerbal Nuts? This is NOELonPC, and today we're finishing the E-Class Asteroid capture. Hopefully. We got, oh shite. Oh, weird. That's so weird. I'm controlling from here, right, the little guidance module. Basically, the copula is just along for the ride. But if you press C and you change the view into the copula, it starts controlling from the copula. Instead of just continuing its control from... That's really weird. Oh, I'm just wasting RCS, aren't I? Okay, stop. Noel, stop. Stop. So basically, this thing is just along for the ride. So we're going to pick sort of what side we think is going to come down on the ground, you know, a flat spot, so to speak, on the rock. I guess, you know what, it really doesn't matter where we choose. It's as long as this thing is up at like a high point, because when the rock hits the ground, we don't want it to roll over and, of course, crush little Jaggy Kerman. As I mentioned in the last video, Jaggy is an extreme sports enthusiast, so of course he would be the one to fucking ride an asteroid back into Kerbin's orbit. I'm just bending this orbit around a little bit. We're going to miss. We're kind of missing, so I want to curve the bullet back around. Could we turn on any of this stuff? 240. That seems high. Wouldn't it be like Kelvin up here? What else do we got? We got this thing. In vacuum. Thanks for the tip. Thanks for the tips. There's some gravity. Yeah. Yeah. And, oh, neat. G-load. 0.025 G-load. Oh, I wasn't even looking. You guys are probably going, Noel? Noel, you're wasting RCS. I went right by it. The yellow dot went right by it. I wasn't paying attention. That's what we get for not paying attention. Something I'd like to mention right away here. So listen up, folks. I get a lot of comments that are like, hey, you should do this. You should build this, that, or the other thing. I have 130 videos, and I look back at the old view counts of some of those videos, and they'll have like 100 views, right? But if I put anything out today, it's like thousands, 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 thousands. So what I've noticed is no one's watching the back catalog. Guys, there are some fucking awesome videos back there, right? Things like this, like asteroid captures and stuff. I've been doing this stuff for 3 years almost. Go check out the back catalog. And I'm not saying like go watch every single one of them. I'm just saying go back and start judging a book by its cover. Just look at thumbnails and be like, oh, that looks interesting. Give it a watch. Most of them are honestly really short. The longest ones back then are only about a half an hour long. I think there's like 1 or 2 that are an hour. But what I'm saying is there's some gems back there. There are some really fucking amazing episodes. Like if you like series, the Eclipsium series was a ton of fun. That one was a hoot, but no one really watched it because I didn't have a following back then. And the problem is, the problem I'm illustrating here is that I'm guilty of it. We don't watch back catalogs. I said this in the last video. I'm a big fan of Roman Atwood. My wife and I love the vlogs. We love Brittany, we love Kane, we love Zeus, we love all those guys. Noah, they're the best. Meemaw, come on. But I've never, ever, 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 ever watched any of his old stuff, except travel videos. We watched like 1 or 2 of the vacations he did back when Kane was young, but we don't watch the old stuff, right? Because I'm like, I just want to go from here until tomorrow. But if he had some like awesome like scripted stuff that was like off the hook, of course I'd watch it. So that's what I'm saying. I've got some stuff back there in the KSP playlist that is fucking amazing. Please go give it a watch. I don't care about the view count. I don't even think that stuff is monetized, right? But there's some really good videos back there that I don't want to have to redo. You know, I don't want to have to redo the Eclipsium series just because you guys didn't watch it months ago. What the fuck was that? What the fucking fuck? Like 12th time the charm? Isn't that what they say? Alright, so I made an obvious decision to just decouple the shoot pod and then bring it in from here. Thank God I do quick saves. Let me just make this perfectly clear. Quick saves are a must. Without them, I would have been doing probably an hour at a time worth of work. But on the first explosion, right, I started doing quick saves all the way. Anything that was remotely successful, quick save. And I knew that it happened around 200 meters a second, so never quick save leading up to that. Always leave some wiggle room for error, you know? So I'm hoping and praying that this works. I'd like to be this way a little more. Going really fast. Gonna try and slow down before we cram it. Targeting center of mass perfectly. Is this a high side? Yeah, I think so, actually. As I said earlier, I want to come in on the high side because I'm going to put the parachutes on this side so the other side hits the ground and it won't roll over and kill Jaggy. That would be unfortunate. We can't have that. We can't have fatalities. Oh yeah. Alright. Time warp. Let's do the time warp again. Get these drills out. We're going to stagger them just like you would tighten screws. Otherwise it'll go in kind of twisty. Not literally, it's the way you would really want to do it. There we go. Alright. We got a view. We got a view, fam. What is that? Something going around? Okay. Right. So now, the tricky part. We're going to use that thing. This thing is now full of fuel again. What I did to get this orbit, in the previous episode I said I was just going to just movie magic this. And I brought up another pod, right? Another one of these. But it was super rudimentary. It was just the orange tank, the clip thing on the front, and all I did was transfer the fuel into this thing. I can't show you because I can't right-click this thing, but this orange tank is now basically full again. And then I just deorbited that refueler. Essentially, it was just a small refueler to refuel this thing. Yeah, I've got about 2,000 left in each after slowing this thing down a bit. So we've got enough in here that I think we could probably deorbit this rock. Right? So what we'll want to do is put the parachutes on, then probably attach this thing, and then deorbit it. We want to do this pretty much all in one foul swoop. Yeah, we're going to want to do this in basically one foul swoop. So, what we should probably do is attach all the parachutes first. Right, get all those little parachute pods on there and all on one side. That should be some lateral speed. Let's see. A little bit forward. We're currently using SAS from one of the pods, which is unfortunate, actually. With that said, I should probably turn a couple more on just so we're not taking from one pod. We're taking from quite a few of them, and then they'll actually have enough RCS left to land, not land, but to get over to the rock. We really don't need more than probably 30 or 40 units. But again, this is just to ensure that any RCS we use right now is being taken evenly from the tanks. Whew, okay. There we go. That was so weird. I kept clicking things, and it was the game was just kind of going, yeah, you know what? No. Jesus Christ. I feel like a lot of the time I'm just fighting the game. Like, it's not that I'm having difficulties playing the game. I'm just like fighting user interface, and I'm fighting like buttons and keys and stuff. I feel like this game is constantly just a battle that I'm always losing. Alright, so we're in a nice, like, holding position, essentially. So let's turn all this shit off. And yeah, we're going to movie magic, and when we come back to, we should have all of these little pods on. but I feel like I should do a quick save. Just in case. Just in case we can take from here. Alright guys, let's do some movie magic and star wipe. Alright, did some fast forwarding. Lost the asteroid. Now we're just making our way back there. The problem is we never had monopropellant, so this is going to be a tricky re-rendezvous. Oh man, this is going to be really difficult. This is going to be really difficult. Especially, you know, the big thing is going to be grabbing center mass with no RCS. Okay, we're going to go right by it, which is really nice. Because I'd actually like to get on the other side, because that's going to be retrograde. Beauty. This is all SAS right now. I have absolutely no monopropellant left. Once we dock, we can potentially borrow some from the pods and then back it off and readjust it at center mass. All we have to do is just get to it. Just get that little clampatron thing, the advanced grabbing unit, onto that rock. That's all we really have to do. I want to be going at least a meter a second right at it. And then everything else is just redundant. Shit. Pushed a little past it. So we're going to be going a little faster than a meter a second, which is, you know, not great. Why don't we do this? Let's do a thrust limiter to 10%. That's a little better. Okay, please. I'm basically just working this thing into a circle around the inside of that target. Prograde is not having a good time right now. Okay, there we go. We are going directly at it. Kinda missed. Kinda missed. And with no RCS, this is not good. Not good at all. I really wish I had monopropellant. Alright, this is basically our one hope and dream. Fug. Alright, we're just going to do a little belly flop. That's fine. That's fine. That's fine. This is all okay. This thing is trying to right itself. It's trying to point into the center mass, which we want. And once it's sort of lined up a little bit, we'll just give a little throttle, and hopefully it'll bite right in, like this. This is kind of what I was hoping. Like that. Oh, Jesus Christ, thank God. I wasn't 100% sure what we were going to do if that didn't work. Okay, so we've gone past Cape Canaveral, so we're going to have to do some sort of movie magic to get our re-entry down right. This is going to be a bitch. Like I said, we're probably going to have to borrow a bunch of monopropellant. It's going to be a lot of trial and error. So let's do some movie magic and try and get the re-entry down. All right, guys. And star wipe. Alright, I think we got her. I think we got her. So we're just going to get this guy the fuck out of Dodge, if I can. He's got a little bit of fuel left. So let's do this. As soon as it's kind of pointing away, we're just going to do something like this. Pew. Bye. Pew. Awesome. Where did it go? Can we see it? Bye. Bye. Rocketing off into infinity. Okay. In the test, we had a little problem, and that was the parachutes opened really late, and heat. As it turns out, heat is a big-ass issue. Even though the rock should heat block, you know, like thrust block, like if you have an engine in front of something, it won't push away. The same thing should apply, where if heat is on one side of the rock, it should not affect anything on the other side of the rock. But the way the physics see this rock is just one gigantic see-through object. All right? You know, let that sink in for a minute. Because that's new. That didn't happen before. In the old version, in our previous asteroid museums, it was very easy to just put all these parachutes on one side of the rock and have the rock, Dwayne Johnson, just to have the rock geoblock, not geoblock, but, you know, block the heat. The heat, if the heat is on this side, see, I can't see anything on the other side, so everything should be fine, right? But it's not. All of this stuff will get hot anyways. Very disturbing. Very, very disturbing. So I'm going to try and use the RCS. I'm going to try and use the RCS to get around a retrograde and maybe try and sort of stop it in a place. I don't know, like it's such a weird thing. It's such a weird thing. I assume that will be fixed at some point shortly. Again, I assume. All right. Let's boogie down, I guess. Everything on the seat is all good. We got little jaggies in there. Doesn't have much of a view yet. Sitting in the cupola. Let's begin our descent, shall we? We have no aerodynamics, so we can't exactly just ride Atmo to get to where we want. We're basically at the mercy of the fall right now. Yeah. We're basically just at the mercy of doom and gloom. Let's see, I want to control from here. There we go. And I want to keep it into prograde. So hopefully it'll keep all this shit at the back, and some of this shit will actually survive. Again, that's the dream, right? That's the dream. We've got more than enough monopropellant to hopefully try and just keep this thing from twisting about. I like this trajectory. This trajectory is looking okay. We're coming in. You can see Cape Canaveral starting to appear off in the distance there, right about there. And this is a good trajectory. If anything, we're going to come up long, and we're going to end up in the water, which would fucking suck. Because if we come up in the water, I don't know if I can get it out of the water. I have a feeling it'll float, but I don't think I can get it out of the water. We would have to build like a ridiculous craft of some kind to basically use boosters probably to roll it up and out of the water. Here's what I was talking about earlier, is things like this, the solar panels start to heat up and explode. I think I even popped one or two of the parachutes last time. This time, though, we have a lot more of the heat in the front and a lot more of this shit in the back. Jesus, I thought we were time accelerated for a minute there. God damn, we are hauling ass. But we're starting to hit Atmo, which means we are slowing down like crazy. This heat right here, that's the whole rock. So we cannot let Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson get too hot. Oh, fuck you. Wow. Wow. Really, game? Really? Really? Are you sure? Are you are you 100% sure that was supposed to happen? But as you can tell, we're coming up long. If we had the parachutes, we'd be deploying them right about now. So here's what I'm gonna do. So, we're still at the exact same, yeah, looks like we're in the exact same position. So, we're going to do this. Release you. We're just going to get this guy the fuck out of here. Now, here's what we're going to do. We're going to cheat. Because this game wants to be a little cunt, I'm going to treat it like one, right? It's the best thing I can do in this case, is if it wants to be an asshole, I'll be an asshole too. We know for a fact that this rock should heat block. So none of these parachutes should explode unless they end up out into the wind stream. You know what I mean? They weren't in the wind stream, and they all decided to explode anyways. So, we're going to cheat. We are going to open, let's do quick save. Yeah, we're going to open F5 quick save menu. We're going to do unbreakable joints, no crash damage, ignore max temperature. What else? What else? I guess that's all. Because again, if it wants to act like a bitch, I'm not up for that. I'm not up for that at all. I want this game to work, not necessarily even as intended, but just logically, I guess. Right? I'm not asking a lot. I'm asking a bit, but I'm not asking a lot for a game to work as real life kind of would. I know this rock would get warm, right? The other side would get warm, but not like red hot. Not unless the whole fucking rock was going to explode. Right? The thing's not going molten. Alright, we're coming into prograde. Kind of missed. Just coming back. Prograde is our shit being shielded from the heat, so we want to be prograde. I just remembered. This is so annoying. Having to do this every time. I really have to remember to just do this and then quick save. Because this is so fucking annoying. Mostly it's just the fact that sometimes you right click and the view jumps a little bit because right clicking and holding and moving the mouse does the view. It'd be really nice if you could just right click and it's like select all of the same thing in its general vicinity. You could just be like, yes, 5,000 meters, please. And it would be like, thank you, Noel. And I'd be like, you're welcome, game. All right. I think that's most of them. Let's see. Did we forget anybody? Good enough. Good enough. I can do a quick save, just because I'm feeling brave about this. All right, we're gonna zoom down to 70. I'm gonna zoom down to 70. Try and get our ass back to the wind. Good enough. I want it to really stay on retro. Now I wish these parachutes would again be blocked from heat, right? Like in a perfect scenario, I could deploy like one of these. There's no air up here, so obviously that doesn't work. But like just to deploy one little trailing chute back here, even if it's just grabbing a little bit of atmo, just something to kind of... I wonder if I do this. Nope, nothing. Nothing wants to pop a parachute out. If I could just have a parachute out, I could keep all of the stuff behind the rock. Because at some point right around here, the rock starts getting a little twisty. Right? So I'd love to have like that one parachute out. Just to drag a bit. You know, here comes the turn. The unnecessary turn. I still don't know why it does this. But it's irrelevant now that we have all the cheats on. All of this stuff is basically maxed out. All of this stuff would be exploded right now, except Jaggy and his little command pod, which we still don't really have a view of. Yeah, I put this thing skyward. Had it been the other way, we'd have some kind of a view. But nonetheless, this is coming down in the plains just west of Cape Canaveral. So we can go get this thing and we can push it all the way back. It's going to be time consuming, but we can. So I'm going to ride this out as long as I can. I could open parachutes right now safely, apparently, but I don't want to. Did that break? Yeah, it popped one of the parachutes. Broke one of the parachutes. Basically, I just want to keep this moving towards Cape Canaveral. Once we're going straight down, generally, that's when I'll pop the chutes. The irony that we're coming like right down in a city. It's pretty funny. All right, so chutes are out. Turn off RCS and SAS. Let's see what Jaggy sees. Oh, that's wicked. Where's the rock? Right under us. Dwayne The Rock Johnson. This is kind of dizzying. Concerning that it's not flipping over. Let's see if we can use RCS. Yeah, okay, there we go. Whew. That was a close one. I thought for sure we were about to just bork it. Perfect. All right. So just going to turn everything off and just let it go at the mercy. Just let it fall at the mercy of gravity. I would turn off the you know, heat things and the crash things. I know we can hit the ground going 78 and it'll probably just bounce. It'll probably bounce like 15 or 20 feet off the ground. It's going to bounce hard, but it would bounce. The crash tolerance is more than enough to support this. But I feel like if I even bring up that menu, it might crash the game. If I even try and click anything, it might crash the game. And I'm not about to have that when we finally finish this fucking mission. All right, so this looks nice and flat. We can easily get this thing back to Cape Canaveral. It's just going to take a huge thing to sort of bullhorn push it. Yeah, it's going to be awesome, I think. Let's see how this landing goes. Poof. That was insane. Oh no, oh no, oh no, oh no, oh no, oh no, oh no. We're good. Okay. He touched the ground a little bit. I'm not going to lie, that was nerve-wracking. Oh god, don't kill him. Don't kill him. Don't kill him. Okay, you have to settle. You have to settle. Dude, settle. 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 I think we did it. I think we did it. Not only did we get an E-class, the biggest of the big, down to Cape Canaveral. I can't. It won't let me quick save because we're moving. Oh, I got her. I got her. All right. So we did a quick save. We did it. We got an E-class asteroid and a passenger along for the ride back down to Earth. We just had to cheat. So if I do E-class, it'll be really easy. D-class and C-class, we might have to cheat again. If the game is going to be a total dick about it, we're probably going to have to. But I call this a success. Even though we had to bring up the old, you know, hack menu and get the ignore max temperature. That was basically all we needed, was ignore max temperature. Even though we had to do that, I still feel like this is a victory because we weren't cheating to help our game. We were just cheating to make sure the game ran as it should. The status quo would have been that the rock shields heat from the other side. I shouldn't have had to do that, but we did. So guys, I hope you liked the video. I hope you liked the series, this 4 or 5 part series, whatever it ended up being. I hope you comment. I hope you tell me what you thought. I hope you tell me what you're playing. I hope you like, subscribe, share, you know, do all that shit you guys do as YouTubers, guys. And until next time, peace, love, cheers.